Stroll in the Park, written by Jay. On Saturday afternoon, feeling quite tired, I returned to my one-bedroom apartment. I snacked on a few handfuls of roasted peanuts and drank a couple of cans of beer. After logging my calorie intake in my phone app, I watched some short online videos. Time flew by, and I realized I wasn't sleepy. I suspect that watching funny pet videos online releases endorphins, which make you happy but can also cause insomnia. I put my tablet down and tried to rest my eyes, but it didn't work. Unable to sleep, I picked up a book with a fictional story. Reading for a while helped, and I eventually fell asleep, waking up on Sunday morning after 10 a.m. Still feeling tired and groggy, I got up, did my morning routine, and made coffee right away. I prepared breakfast with potatoes, eggs, cucumber, tomato, olives, and heated pita bread. It was a nice breakfast. I logged my calories again in my phone health app. Sunday morning started off well, I thought to myself. I savored my first cup of coffee. After spending a few more minutes at the apartment, I decided it was time to burn some calories and got ready for a walk. Phone fully charged, check. Headset fully charged, check. Long sleeve shirt, pants, socks, and boots, check. I grabbed my keys, wallet, and car keys, even though I didn't need car keys. Grabbed a bottle of water, and step counter app started. To complete the setup, I put on some classical music. Shoelaces tied and apartment locked, here I go, I said to myself. I haven't been in this neighborhood for long, but the people I pass seem friendly enough to wave or say hello. Mood is perfect, check. Oh, I must say, it's a beautiful Sunday morning with a mild breeze and temperatures in the low 70s. However, I can still hear the nearby highway traffic from a couple of blocks away. To drown out the noise, I turned up the volume on my music. After walking for a while, my phone paused the music to alert me that I had completed my first mile of the day. I've been using the same route for a while now, and it's starting to feel monotonous. As I walked, I noticed more trash on the road than usual. I wished people would stop littering, but I knew that wish wouldn't be granted. I couldn't take it anymore, and had an idea. Why not try the park across the main street? It could be fun, and if I found something interesting, I could take a picture to share with family and friends. Feeling brave, check. I arrived at Falk Park on Rawson Street and was immediately struck by its serene atmosphere. The towering trees added to the park's charm, and there were a few parking spots available for visitors at the entrance. After walking for about a mile from my apartment to the park, I was feeling tired and sweaty, so I decided to take a break before I went into the park trail. I found the only bench that was near the entrance and sat down. It felt refreshing to watch the cars pass by on the main street while enjoying the cool breeze. I sipped some water from the bottle I had brought with me. Suddenly, I noticed a brown dog approaching from my right. He seemed friendly and was more interested in sniffing the ground, likely picking up scents left by other dogs and people. Shortly after, his owner appeared from the same direction, walking with another dog, but he was holding second dog's leash in his hand. I guess this one wasn't listening to human commands. They didn't seem to notice me either, or then notice me, but chose to ignore me. Great, I thought. People and their pets are leaving me alone today, and nothing can ruin my day. After 5 minutes of cooling down, I decided to get up and continue my walk. The trail was clean and inviting, and I felt good about my first visit to this park. I wasn't concerned about how far I would walk. I just enjoyed the moment. The first person I encountered was a short young man. His stance and demeanor screamed, "Don't mess with me," and he kept his distance, staying on his side of the trail. Despite having my headphones on and not hearing his response, I greeted him with a hello and kept walking, not caring whether he responded or not. Forget about it, I thought, and moved on. The park, though small, had many hills and trees that blocked my view, making it hard to tell where I was. But the trail beckoned me to keep going. As I walked, I wondered where I would end up in this small park. I reassured myself that I wouldn't go too far, and that I likely still had cell phone signal since I was in the city. However, the pessimistic side of my brain reminded me that I barely had one signal bar in my one-bedroom apartment, so I might not have any signal here. But really, how far could I go? The park was probably less than 10 blocks wide, with one side bordered by Highway 94. Getting lost wasn't an option. Besides, there's an old saying, to find new and interesting places, you have to get a lost little. I don't know who said that, but they must have been either very lucky or incredibly foolish. Humor? Checked. As I continued my walk, I suddenly caught a whiff of a rotting meat smell. I figured it was probably a dead animal or, in a darker thought, someone might have discarded a body. I had no desire to investigate further. I had been checking off all the positive steps on this beautiful Sunday morning walk, but I realized I had forgotten one. Coward. Check. Even though I try to stay positive about my adventure today, a nagging feeling crept over me. Thoughts of dying alone in the park or breaking something and being unable to get out flooded my mind. I had to fight off this sinking, dreadful feeling, and eventually, I succeeded. I stopped imagining bad scenarios and continued walking. After a while, I started seeing black shapes on my side, about 4 feet tall, out of the corner of my eye. But whenever I turned to look, they vanished. Then I noticed something on the trail. Same thing. I wasn't sure what it wanted. Was it trying to stop me or waiting for me to come closer, so he could do some damage? Despite feeling nervous, I pressed on. My mind urged me to continue, but my heart screamed to stop, turn around, and run back to the park's exit. For a moment, I looked down and saw something under my foot. It looked like I was stepping on someone's hands. I'm walking on someone's hands, I said to myself nervously. It was shocking to see the fingers. It was like somebody holding the bottom of my feet, and I was walking in their palms. Stopping wasn't an option. It felt like going downhill with too much weight. I looked up, but the dark figure was no longer on the trail. I glanced around and didn't see it anymore. Finally, I looked down again, and the hands were gone. I managed to calm my racing heart and relax a bit. I didn't know what had just happened, but I was scared and lost on the trail. There were no exit signs anywhere. Maybe the park maintenance thought that anyone who got lost in this small park must be incredibly stupid, and society didn't need that kind of person. I walked over a small bridge and eventually found another bench provided by the park management. I needed to sit down, calm my racing heart, and enjoy the breeze. The park grew eerily quiet. No more bird songs, not even the rustling of leaves. My heart started pounding again. Oh, I muttered to myself, you've jinxed your luck. The highway noise faded away, and I felt a growing sense of unease. Suddenly, I heard footsteps crunching on dry leaves behind me. Before I could turn around, a sharp pain struck the back of my head. Everything went dark, and I lost control of my body, collapsing sideways on the bench. When I started to regain consciousness, everything was pitch black. The only sound was a whisper in my ear.
I told you at the entrance.
Panic surged through me. Who said that? What's going on? Who are you? I screamed. The person laughed. My ribs ached like somebody hit me on the rib cage, and I tried to move my left arm, but it wouldn't budge. My right arm was equally unresponsive, though neither arm hurt. Also, back of my head was throbbing from the hit. Who are you? Why did you hit me? I screamed again. Silence. No reply. Nothing moved. I couldn't open my eyes. My mind was active, but I had no control over my body. Am I dead? Did someone kill me? This can't be happening. Oh God, please help me, I pleaded. A whisper responded.
He is not here. Nobody can help you.
He laughed. He laughed again and said,
Let me make a deal with you. I can help you, but you have to do something for me.
I was crying as I replied, What? Anything you want, just please don't kill me and let me go home. He said,
I will take your left arm from you, and you will never be able to control it. I will live in your left arm, but you will be able to get up today and go home to your family.
Without thinking, I jumped at the chance and said, Yes, take my arm and let me go. Please, please. Anything was better than seeing this endless darkness and being unable to move. My heart was beating too hard and very fast. I didn't want to die not like this, not here. I always wondered about afterlife, but this was hell and nightmare. Was quite for a while, I wondered what my assailant was doing. After a while, I heard something. My eyes were still seeing darkness, but there was noise now. I was listening to the wind, traffic, and birds. I was happy again, thinking I was alive and well. I opened my eyes and realized I was on the ground, my face covered in dry mud from lying there. I used my right arm and hand to push myself up. Now I was sitting on the ground. No pain. Nothing was hurting, not my head, not my rib cage. I stood up and felt okay. I didn't see or hear anyone. I thought maybe I had trampled on something, fallen, and passed out. Maybe I had dreamed all of that. Since there was no evidence of the attack and nobody around, I didn't need to call the police. My phone was still in my pocket, my wallet keys all there, and one of my Bluetooth headsets was dangling around my neck, the other still in my ear. It wasn't playing anything. I put the right side back in my ear, grabbed my cell phone, and played another classical music track. Everything seemed fine. I didn't know what had happened. My pants and shirt were stained from the ground, but I didn't care. I walked back to my apartment and went inside. I was rattled from my experience. I put my back on door, holding the door closed, and locked like something was chasing me, or any second it will try to come in and finish what it started. I also said to myself, stop thinking about it. It was a nightmare, nothing happened, and nothing was hurting. I removed my boots. I wanted to take off my clothes and take a quick shower. Started by undo my belt buckle. My right hand was on the buckle, but my left hand wasn't where it was supposed to be. I needed to unfasten my belt and take my pants off. What was going on with me? My left hand wasn't helping. I quickly realized what was happening and screamed, oh shit. Thanks for listening to my fictional short story read by AI. I will try to write a short story once a month. I hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to press the subscribe button and click on like.